almost can't see nothing. You can't breathe right. You go to a smaller area that has not been affected as much by our oppressors, these devils that the Bible speaks of, that again get to walk cleanly up and down the road. Drive everywhere they want to go. They ain't got no limits. But you still got sundown cities too. You still got sundown towns in America too. That still exists. But if you so-called a nigga spicker or savage, they catch you out in the open at sundown in Texas, in Louisiana, in Florida, in Georgia, Atlanta, Mississippi. They catch you at they catch your black or brown ass at sundown. The Lord be with you, because they're not gonna be. They got a rope in the trunk right now ready for you. Yeah. And it's a little bit different down south than it is up north. It's a little bit more concealed up here. They try to hide it behind like a little cape and cowl. When they go back home and they talk about you the exact same way that they talk about you down south. They treat us the same way in their heart that we should expect from them, because that's their history in the Bible. If you look at the records of these Edomites, that's who their biblical name is, Esau, Edom. That's their biblical name. Our biblical name is Israel. Right. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Ephraim, Manasseh, Naphtali, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, and Zebulun, Issachar, Levi. You know, these are our names. Right. That's right. There's a heritage, there's a culture in this Bible outline that exists today that we need to come back to avoid being destroyed with America. Because all these towers that we see right here, right now, in St. Paul, won't exist in a little bit. In Minneapolis, that ain't going to exist in a little minute. Right. In Chicago, in Milwaukee, in New York, in LA, that ain't going to exist that long. Right. Their infrastructure is going to be broken down. And we gotta turn from their way. So envy not thou the oppressor. Who cares what they got? We need to hold fast and true to what we got. Give me Zechariah 11. Zechariah, not Zephaniah. Zechariah 11 and 5. We need to hold true to our culture, because their culture is rape, robbery, and murder. Their culture is being a vagabond and a thief and a liar and a deceiver. That's their culture. Our culture is coming back home. Our culture is not eating pork. There's nothing wrong with not eating pork. Listen, I miss bacon too at one point. I got over it. It's not that big a deal. You get used to it. You get used to not eating it. You might have grown up with it. Ain't no sweat. Where I make a mean roast. I give you some good ribs. You want some good ribs? We'll get you some good ribs. If that's your venue. You know what I'm saying? Chapter 5. It's like chapter 11, verse 5. We got a dietary law that's easy to keep. What's wrong with not eating shrimp, crab, and lobster? That stuff expensive anyway. They taxing an arm and a leg for some garbage. Again, ain't nobody about to fondue some cockroaches. And you got them all over the crib anyway. In a lot of the places in the ghettos, you got them all over the crib anyway. You're not about to do a cockroach barbecue. Don't eat shrimp either. That's the purpose of shrimp. It's the same purpose of cockroach on the ground. Shrimp just serve that same purpose in the water. That's it, man. Leave the pig to be a garbage disposal. Leave that cow with us so that we can have a good feast. That's right. 11 and 5. Zephaniah 11 and 5. So that these devils can stop walking all over the bones of the Native American Indians, over earth that they destroyed to keep us from our culture and our heritage. This is why we need to separate from them so that we can come back home, so that we can live righteously and have peace amongst one another, man. I know there's problems between blacks and Hispanics. I know there's problems between blacks and Native Indians. I know there's problems between Hispanics and Native Indians. But we got more in common than we don't. This is our culture. Keep going.
Zechariah 11 and 5. Who possesses slay them and hold themselves not guilty,
Again, they trying to wipe out all the records of all the murders that they've done to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They're trying to take that off the record table. They're trying to take that out of the curriculum, out of history books. They don't want to let you know that they murdered over 100 million Mexicans, over 77 million Native Indians, over 100 million so-called Negroes during the voyage, just during the voyage between the slave coast of Africa and the Caribbean islands. They don't want to let you know that they murdered our people left and right. They don't want to let you know that they still got us under oppression, systematic slavery and racism. They don't want to let you know that we are brothers. They don't want to let you know that we've got our own culture that they stole from us. Yeah, I don't know if y'all ever seen it in the Twin Cities. Them like very fair-skinned people with little hats and curly cues that call themselves Israelis. They call themselves Jewish. They always add that ish because that means to be like us. They never want to let you know that they took our culture and kept it to themselves. The so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
If you're so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you are God's chosen people. And there's nothing wrong with that, man.
That's right.
Let's come back home so that we can be brothers and sisters again. So that we can revive our culture and that they can never have it. And they can never harm us again. We are the Israelite School of UPK, Universal Practical Knowledge, established in 1969, 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by Commanding General Yahana, home of the truth, defenders of the faith,